Well, you ought to know about the rocking Tony Award-winning musical that's playing over at the Denver Center of Performing Arts. And there's a local tie to the show as well. Loveland's own Sydney Cutsipole is in it, and she stopped by the studio today. Sydney, it's so good to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Well, let's start by the whole acting thing. I mean, you're from right here in Loveland,
yes.
right? When did that passion start for you?
Yeah, for sure. You know, as a kid, my mom kind of threw me in everything, trying to, you know, get me out of the house and do something.
Yes.
Let's just say that tiny tot soccer was not for me. Just kept going around and holding everybody's hands. So dance kind of stuck for me, and I started doing competitive dance when I got older. During the summer, there wasn't an option, so I started doing theater. I had to choose between competitive dance and theater when I got to high school. And I chose theater, and I haven't looked back, so.
That's so amazing here, how you, I mean, for so long you did competitive dance, and let me just say that is tough, competitive dance. Yeah. But then theater just kind of grabbed your heart from then.
It did.
Now, let's talk about that, because somehow it's transitioned to doing great things at where you are today. How did all that happen?
Yeah, so I went to college, and I actually just graduated this year on
Congratulations.
tour. Thank you. From there, you know, I was just kind of auditioning for things, didn't think anything would come of it, and I actually saw Jagged Little Pill on Broadway in 2020, right before the pandemic, with my mom, and I told my mom, I was like, I'm gonna be in that show.
Oh my goodness.
And so when the casting notice came out my junior year, I was like, I will kick myself if I don't try. I didn't think anything would come of it, and then a few, you know, like a month and a half later, I booked it, so.
There you are, you're a go-getter, and how neat is that? From saying it to doing it, and that's what life is all about. Now, are you a fan of Alanis Morissette?
Yeah, actually, my mom was a huge fan when I was growing up.
Yeah, I was too.
Yeah, so I always, you know, when I was little, my mom would always play it, bleep out the bad words, of course.
Of course.
But yeah, no, I've always been a fan. Yeah.
She's great. I mean, one of my go-to karaoke songs, Hand in My Pocket, hello. Now, you are in the ensemble for Jagged Little Pill. This music, again, is so iconic. What does it mean to you to get to perform these songs? And I'm sure your mom, I mean, that's so cool to watch her kid on stage.
Yeah, you know, and when my mom saw that it was going to be an Alanis Morissette musical on Broadway, when we went and saw it, we were both just so excited, you know, we love the music. But it plays such a special role in the show about, you know, people who want to be seen, and I think that the message of Alanis's music has always been just like the want and the need to feel seen. So I think it just like, it really translates so well, and it's so beautiful to be able to sing it with a cast of beautiful people every night.
That's wonderful. And I think Alanis, even when she first came out in the 90s, always had a really strong message. Yes. It was a little surprising back then, a little controversial. I always thought she was cool, one cool person. But what about this show? What is it that resonates with you on a personal level and your character? Yeah,
for sure. You know, in the ensemble, we kind of play what we have dubbed the conscience, and we're kind of like a Greek chorus in like traditional theater, where we kind of know what's going to happen, and we kind of are the emotions of the main cast. And I think it was so important when I first saw it on Broadway, and why I kind of wanted to be in it. I had never seen a cast of people in a professional setting like that. Just very diverse, very just, I don't know, it was very special, and I, for the first time, saw somebody like me on stage, you know, and so it really spoke to me, and it's a good feeling, right? When you're on that stage, you feel like that is home for you. Now, my last question to you is, what does a day look like for you? Because Broadway, I'm sure, can be very, very hard. I mean, it's competitive, it's a lot of work. What does a day look like? You know, it just depends. You know, on tour, it's very interesting because, you know, we are living in hotels constantly, which has been a transition for sure. But, you know, wake up in the morning, you know, I think our schedules are a little different because we get done with work so late, and then it's, you know, the unwinding from the show, people who have seen it, lots of jumping around, it gets you very wound up. So, you know, my day starts a little bit later. I try to still wake up early, you know, get some food, work out. Sometimes we have rehearsal during the day, and then head to the theater around 7-ish, depending on what time. And I'm so sorry, Cynthia, I have to wrap you. I could sit here and talk to you forever. Denver Center, please get those tickets for Jagged Little Pill. Go see Sydney and the entire crew.